And that was about 45 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've noticed over the last 4 decades that seasonally the snakes are, they come and they go. It's cyclic, so it's not like we're having any more snakes this season. What we do have is a lot less land for the snakes to occupy, because it's getting sort of built up on, and every time we build up on that land, the snakes move out, the houses go up, the people move in, and then the snakes don't disappear, they're still around. So we have more people coming into contact with snakes than we used to. Plus we've got the social media, which doesn't help the situation at all. They, every story is, they want to carry on about it, and everybody makes the snake out to be an evil monster, where, as you can tell, their reputation is pretty overrated. While they are venomous, they don't want to hurt us. They need their venom to subdue their prey. They don't want to actually, they don't think of it as a weapon or as a defence system. Their only defence is to turn around and bite us. And it just so happens that these guys are venomous. So that's where they get their bad name. Now, in saying that, nobody has ever been bitten by a snake unless they've gone to play with them or hold them or step on them. The snake doesn't sit in the grass and wait for you and your dog to walk past. When dogs get bitten by snakes, they have already had some sort of interaction. Like the dog is not on the snake's menu, and there's no reason for a snake to want to interact with the dog. As far as the snake is concerned, dogs, humans, horses, sheep, cats, everything, we're all predators and we're all out to kill them. So that's why they get scared, and they're not aggressive.
Now tell me the most common venomous snakes that people are likely to see when they're out and about in Melbourne and surrounds.
In Melbourne, the tiger snake, yeah. The tiger snake is probably one of the most common snakes around here, especially around the Mornington Peninsula, and we get a lot of up in the western suburbs as well. North of Melbourne we get brown snakes. We don't get so many of them on the peninsula. But the copperhead is the other brown coloured snake that we do get down here, which is often mistaken for a brown snake, but it's actually a copperhead. And the copperhead is really nowhere near as toxic as the brown snake.
Are you able to just list maybe the top 5 most likely venomous snakes people are likely to see? For sure. Okay, we got red-bellied black snakes, we got brown snakes north of Melbourne, and we got the tiger snake and the copperhead, which occurs pretty much everywhere, and they like the swampy areas, the watery areas. So beautiful. And what about most common suburbs around Melbourne for snakes? Where do you?
Well, over in the western suburbs we seem to get a lot. The peninsula we get a lot of tiger snake and copperhead action. Around Frankston you get the red-bellied black snakes as well. And the most common suburbs, well, this is Australia, and we are never more than a kilometre from a snake, so it doesn't really matter where you are. You're not too far from a snake. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
Now we're covering off first aid and what to do if you see a snake in this story. Barry, tell me, obviously your best advice would be to call a licensed snake catcher like yourself, and understand keeping an eye on the snake is really important too.
Yeah, you've got to keep a visual of the snake until your snake catcher gets there, because the snake would ring me up the next day and saying, I saw the snake in the hay shed or in the horse paddock. But ideally the snake will be easy to find. It'll be in the bedroom or in the bathroom, and I'll be able to just walk in and grab it. And if a snake presents itself inside the house, all you need to do is close the door, put something along the bottom of the door like a towel, seal it, and just watch that crack until I get there. See a snake and you don't want it on your property, just take a couple of steps back, keep an eye on it, and call me. Or call a snake catcher.
You can say call you, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And what else was I going to ask you? In terms of, so obviously spring they come out of hibernation, so this is why we're seeing them now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, our snakes in Melbourne are fairly cold resistant, and they don't really go into a hibernation. Any sunny day, even in the middle of winter, can bring the snake out for a bask, and and people quite often disturb them, because in the winter they're going into their wood piles to get firewood, and they're going into their hay sheds, and that's where the snakes do like to go to keep warm. But generally speaking, they do not want to hurt us. well, actually 100%, they do not want to hurt us. They just want to keep away from us, actually. Like this one is obviously a captive, and if there's anybody watching at home, please don't ever try to hold a snake like I'm holding this one, because it will ruin your day if it bites you, potentially kill you. But if you apply the right first aid, then there's no reason that you need to die from a snake bite. Put a bandage on, a splint on, get the ambulance, and you're never going to have an issue. You won't. You'll survive the snake bite.
And I understand this is something you've never had to worry about despite all your encounters with snakes.
Oh no, I've been pretty lucky with snakes. I don't like the idea of being bitten by a snake, and I try to avoid it. Believe it or not, I know I'll probably get slammed for holding this snake like this, but it's like I said, don't do this at home, kids.
I think that's Barry. Anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I just want people to know that it's illegal to kill a snake. Okay, so not only is it illegal, it's now also classed as animal cruelty, because if you cut the head off a snake, the head stays alive for about 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes. It's still alive. She's still breathing and still watching as you put her body into the rubbish bin, and she's still waiting for you, and she's ready for you to come back down, because she's terrified and she's going to bite you when you go back down and pick up her head. That is when a lot of people do get bitten. When when the snake gets its head cut, because their metabolism is different to mammals and birds, the head does stay alive a little bit longer. And if you cut the snake in half, then this bit of the snake will stay alive, could be alive for 2 days. And that's where it becomes really animal cruelty. You don't want it. I can understand people killing animals, but I don't understand how they can put them through that much pain and suffering. No. So if you find yourself with a snake that's had its head cut off, ideally, to make the place safe and to put the animal out of his misery, you would crush the head with a brick or something similar.
We won't go there with this because we don't want anyone killing any snakes, but I had no idea that they could live that long.
That's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. And while it's just a snake, it's just a lowly snake. You don't. I wouldn't inflict pain on a blowfly, really.
Yeah, no, don't want to be cruel to anything.
No.
Thank you so much, Barry. That's really, really good.
No worries.